So, hello and welcome to the channel. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about Doctor Who and how I became a fan of the show, since it's been 20 years this year since I first became a fan of the show, when it came back with Series 1 of the new series in 2005. I was about 9 going on 10 when the show first came back in 2005. Unfortunately, I wasn't aware of the show beforehand, so I wasn't aware of like what we call the classic series now, but what was just the show at the time before the show came back. I wasn't aware of the TV movie or anything like that, or any of the audios or books. It was very much. I wasn't even aware of the first couple of episodes of Series 1 actually. I randomly started watching the show partway through episode 3 of Series 1, The Unquiet Dead. I can vividly remember the scene. It's when they're running out of the theatre after the Gelfs first appeared in the crowd when Dickens is doing one of his plays. I've just got a vivid memory of that sequence and being my first experience of the show. It was very much just the case of my parents saying, "Oh, we used to watch this show when we were kids. You'll like this," and me being, a skeptical child, being like, "Okay," and then loving it, and the rest is history. So the first full story that I watched, the first full episode that I watched as well, was the Slovene two-parter that followed The Unquiet Dead. So yeah, that was a hell of a story to be your first full Doctor Who story to watch. But yeah, obviously, as many commentators have said, Dalek, so episode 6 of Series 1, is so significant to the new series, and it was certainly very significant to me as a fan, because my early Doctor Who fandom was so tied to my love of the Daleks, and it still is. I love them. Just their design, their stories. Yeah, I love the Daleks as a villain. They're so good, absolutely iconic. And that episode is so important for the new series. It really ensured that it was going to succeed for many years to come. Literally, if they'd never done another Dalek episode or story again, it's a perfect episode. It has everything. It's just so good. Absolute masterpiece. 10 out of 10 episode. Then some of my memory gets a bit hazy, whether I probably watched The Long Game and Father's Day on first broadcast. Sadly, I missed the Empty Child two-parter on broadcast because we were away on holiday at the time. I can't remember if I saw Boomtown. I might have missed that one as well when we were on holiday, but I definitely saw the finale, and I have vivid memories of watching that at my grandparents' house, and especially I have vivid memories of the cliffhanger and seeing the next time trailer for Parting of the Ways and being so excited, and then I have very vivid memories of the regeneration at the end of that series and having the typical thing of not wanting Chris to go and being completely confused about what just happened and who this new guy is, and the show is going to be terrible now. Who's this guy? Where's Christopher Eccleston? And yeah, the rest is history on David Tennant. So yeah, Series 1 is such an important series for me as a fan, and just for the show in general. Like, if that series doesn't work, we're not talking about the show still being on 20 years later. Even though, some of the quality's not always been great over the last 20 years, in my opinion. The show's given us a lot of great moments in these last 20 years. So yeah, when Series 1 was all said and done, I got the box set of it on DVD, and yeah, caught up on the episodes I'd missed, including Rose, the first episode, and The End of the World, and the Empty Child two-parter, and anything else I missed on broadcast. Rose is such a good introductory episode for a new era as well. So yeah, I rewatched Series 1 on the newer Blu-ray that came out in 2023 around the 60th anniversary. That Blu-ray set they released of the new remastered RTD1 era. So I rewatched Series 1 on that Blu-ray earlier in the year around the actual 20th anniversary, in the spring and summer of this year. And yeah, coming back to some episodes I've not watched in years, like The End of the World, and The Unquiet Dead as well. Even though it was the first episode I ever saw, it's not an episode I go back to often. But yeah, Rose is such a good introduction. It just shows you what to do in terms of stripping it right back, and the Doctor being mysterious. That shot when Rose first runs past the TARDIS without knowing what it is, obviously after the department store blows up and you just hear the bit of the Doctor Who theme play, and it's magic. I on a side note, I love it when the show puts the theme in the music of an episode, not just in the intro. Which, speaking of the intro, iconic, and that theme is like one of, if not the definitive new series theme in terms of the various versions of the main theme we've had over the years, and the visuals of the time vortex are just so good. And obviously, yeah, there's that iconic scene where the Doctor talks about, you know, the turn of the Earth. That scene, amazing. Christopher Eccleston, so good. Billie Piper as Rose, so good. But I was really surprised with the End of the World and Unquiet Dead, especially End of the World. Though it was actually a much better episode than I remembered. And the Slovene two-parter, to be honest, it's not that bad. It's not perfect, don't get me wrong, but it's not that bad. But yeah, the series really comes to life with Dalek, and Father's Day is a great episode. Obviously, the Empty Child two-parter, and the finale. So for me, Rose as an episode is at the very least a 7 out of 10. It's cool they brought back the Autons. Obviously, that's kind of a reference to the third Doctor's era, because his era starts at the time 35 years previously in 1970 with Spearhead from Space, with the debut of the Autons. So for the debut of Christopher Eccleston in Series 1, in the episode Rose, they reused the Autons, so that's cool. A cool sort of parallel there. Yeah, and Chris's introduction just is... But yeah, End of the World, yeah, at least a 6 out of 10, pushing a 7 out of 10. I'd say Unquiet Dead's about a 7 out of 10. The Slovene two-parter is probably overall a 6 out of 10. Dalek's a 10 out of 10. Just because I say 10 out of 10 though, it doesn't mean that I think it's literally perfect. I know some people won't give 10 out of 10s because nothing is perfect. You know, there's always something. And yeah, that's true and that's fair enough. But for me, there's certain things that I can give a 10 out of 10 to because they're about as perfect as you can get, despite a few little issues there might be. The long game's not that bad, actually. When you watch it again, obviously it's got Simon Pegg in it, so that's cool. But yeah, I could give it a 6 out of 10. It's okay. Father's Day's the very least an 8 out of 10. I'd maybe give it like 8.5 out of 10. Really emotional, fantastic performances. Obviously, it opens up some plot holes with the Reapers. They never reappear when there's some kind of paradox, but that's Doctor Who. It's messy. It's time travel. So it's fine. Yeah, the Empty Child two-parter, 10 out of 10 for me. I think it's my favourite Stephen Moffat story of Doctor Who, to be honest. Like, obviously Blink's great, and there's other great ones, but yeah, Empty Child Doctor Dances is really good. And then yeah, Boomtown's, yeah, it's fine. It's you know, it's 5 or 6 out of 10. It's fine. It's inoffensive. And then yeah, Bad Wolf and the Pattern of the Ways overall's a 9 out of 10 for me, because I give Bad Wolf an 8 out of 10 and the Parting of the Ways a 10 out of 10. So I think that's a 10 out of 10 episode, but overall the story balances out at about a 9 out of 10, because I think Bad Wolf as an episode's a little dated because of the game shows that, you know, kind of aren't as relevant today. I just think as an episode it's not quite as good, but the Parting of the Ways is amazing.
This is the truth of God.
So yeah, that's Series 1, which is a really important series for me as a Doctor Who fan. Then yeah, there's obviously the Christmas special, which is technically classed as Series 2, the Christmas Invasion, which is 20 years old this year as well, because it was Christmas Day 2005. And yeah, easily one of the best Christmas specials the show's ever done, if not the best. It's what they should be. set them at Christmas, but it's just a normal story. It's not overly Christmassy, which a lot of them fall into that trap later on of just being pointless, throwaway, Christmas fluff that just have no business, being an episode. But the Christmas Invasion feels like a Doctor Who episode that just happens to be set at Christmas. So yeah, it's great. It's at least an 8 out of 10, maybe pushing a 9. But yeah, I'd probably for now put it around an 8 out of 10. It's a very good episode. Obviously, yeah, the Doctor's barely in it, which is probably why it's not quite top tier for me. But the Sycorax are great, and when the Doctor does wake up, it's really good. But yeah, and the RTD1 era in general, so Series 1 through to 4 and the specials, which is from 2005 to New Year's Day 2010. That era was really important to me growing up, and watching it go out live. That was kind of the core of my fandom of the new series, when it was going out live at the time. I've got a big soft spot for Series 5 as well, which aired sort of spring, summer 2010, which actually had its 15th anniversary this year in 2025. Matt Smith's really good in that opening series, especially, and the show just feels like it has fresh impetus. And yeah, it's a really good series overall. If not perfect, it's definitely right up there in terms of New Who series. Next year, in 2026, that will mark 20 years since I first became a Classic Who fan, because my earliest Classic Who memory would be around 2006, I assume, because the first classic story I ever watched was Genesis of the Daleks, the 2006 DVD release. But yeah, I have vivid memories of the Genesis of the Daleks DVD, and also the Inferno DVD, which also came out in 2006, the initial DVD release. I have vivid memories of those on store shelves at the time, so it would have been when they first came out in 2006. And yeah, I got the Genesis of the Daleks DVD because it's Tom Baker. And also Genesis of the Daleks is one of those stories that's like, obviously for a long time, and still is, considered one of the best Doctor Who stories of all time. My dad at the time said he could remember that story when it aired, so that was back in 1975, and it had Daleks on it, so that was a sell for me, and I absolutely loved that story. Obviously Davros is so good in it, so I started to gravitate towards like Dalek stories in the classic series. So you're talking the original DVD release of Resurrection of the Daleks, with Peter Davison, the original DVD release of Remembrance of the Daleks with Sylvester McCoy, the original Dalek story, The Daleks, way back in 1963 with William Hartnell as the Doctor. So those were kind of stories I gravitated towards. I also gravitated towards Cyberman stories because obviously with Series 2 of the new series in 2006, the big bad of that series was the Cybermen. So I gravitated towards classic Cyberman stories around that time as well, sort of 2006, 2007, in my early fandom of Classic Who. So you're talking stories like the original DVD release of Tomb of the Cybermen, Earthshock, The Five Doctors, that original DVD release that was the 1995 special edition, which is why, side note, that to me is the definitive version of Five Doctors, that version. I love the original 1983 version, and I was a big fan of the 2023 season 20 collection set version of Five Doctors as well. It's just a great story, regardless of the version. It's one of my favourite stories. It's just one of those top like comfort viewing stories. But yeah, and the Invasion as well. In terms of Cybermen stories, I love the Invasion. One of my favourite stories. That for me is easily a 10 out of 10 story. Love it. But yeah, and then obviously as the years went on, I sort of branched out in the classic series, and at this point I've seen every classic story other than Shada. Actually, that's the only one. I've seen every one at least once, and many of them multiple times. I own them all on DVD, which I'll definitely do a collection video at some point. So yeah, I own them all on DVD. I've got all the Blu-ray sets so far. Obviously there's more to come. Which, on a side note, so recently we had season 21 announced as the next collection set, which is coming out in March of 2026. So that is Peter Davison's final season as the Fifth Doctor in 1984, and that marks the final 80 season that they had to release on Blu-ray. So now we have all the 80 seasons. So yeah, I'll definitely do a review, sort of like an unboxing and review of the actual box itself of the season 1 collection set when that comes out next year. It looks like a really great set in terms of all the extras we're getting, and so many stories are getting new CGI as well. So we're getting new CGI on Warriors of the Deep, as well as a new edit, I believe. The Awakening, Frontios, Resurrection of the Daleks, and Caves of Androzani, but not Twin Dilemma, it seems like, from what they've said, and not Planet of Fire, which did have CGI on the movie edit on the DVD that initially came out back in the day. So I'm assuming that version will be on the set. But yeah, pretty much all the stories are getting new CGI effects, which is very cool. Obviously, with all these effects, they're optional, so you can still watch the original effects. But yeah, so I'll definitely do a review of the set when that comes out next year. And I would like to do reviews of the other sets that have come out up to this point, and obviously future ones after season 21 as well. So bear with me on that one, but certainly for the ones that are yet to come out, I'll definitely do reviews when they come out. But yeah, Classic Who and some aspects of New Who, especially early New Who, I will talk about on the channel. But yeah, definitely Classic Who will be a focus on the channel. So if you like that kind of stuff, then please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It's much appreciated. But yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to cover for now. It's a sort of a off-the-cuff kind of ramble about 20 years of being a Doctor Who fan. So yeah, there'll definitely be more Doctor Who content next year and hopefully going forward, and as well as other stuff, because at the moment there's just been War of the World stuff on the channel, so if you're into that kind of stuff as well, please check those videos out. But yeah, there'll definitely be more Doctor Who and maybe some other things on the channel as well, the sort of reviews and just sort of rambles like this one. And yeah, I'd like to do some more unboxing videos and sort of collection videos and things like that.
Always prepare. Excellent.
So yeah, if those kind of things interest you, please consider giving this video a like, add a comment if you want to, and please subscribe to the channel if you want to as well. It's much appreciated. But regardless, I just really appreciate you watching this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!
Tonight.